Oops. Let's see. Found a little space this fit in. So, ideal. Made it back. So made it back to the swamp and didn't get all the furniture back yet. However, managed to get this little white desk that family friend found, and so pretty excited on that. It's in the middle of the room, but it's small. Too small to put it on a wall and try to like put the gimbal or something on, so we're here. And it's pretty much unpacked, trying to rearrange this room so it's a little easier to maneuver. And yeah, so really excited to get back because I got a bunch of new things because I found this eBay a lot on eBay. Is the mic on? Can y'all hear me? I apologize. Should make sure real quick. So, yeah, this lot came with like an immense amount of stuff. It's like Christmas, honestly. And it's really inexpensive. And got some thread colors that I really, I don't know why. Anytime I use the Sharpie, it ends up, I need some like maybe thinner tips, like the brush tips, to get closer to like the hook eye, because I end up with a either splotchy or a little like strip will not have soaked it. Oh, good. Test. Alright, sweet. Yeah, wow, managed to get it all in the back of a 10-foot U-Haul. A buddy of mine drove it and managed it within a few hours. I think the part that took the longest was trying to figure out what to do, honestly. And I know they don't just let you go and pick up a U-Haul, so I needed someone to grab it. And did a huge solid. There they are. This is neat. Gonna unpack a little further and maybe unpack these drawers. But in the spirit of useful objects. So it's mirrored, so it's got your liquid measure in gallons, quarts, pints, ounces, liters. You could like calculate it. And weight in kilos, pounds, ounces, tons, metric tons. This thing is neat. I had it since I was a kid for my grandpa. Square measure, cubic measure, linear measure, just little slide thing. Seen a bunch of variations of these. However, the ones really? This word since I fell out of it. Okay. So, yeah, I'm not sure what to tie or anything like that. I do have these, you can't see. My hands was looking for a button because usually on the gimbal, shoot, loosen this all the way. Isn't that this? That's like figure. Oh, this is pretty neat. Victoria Cray threw in a business card of Lefty Cray's, which she does have tons of flies, but they're not going to be available forever. If you look up the best for Lefty Cray on Facebook, that is where you'll find them. And it's his daughter that's selling them. They are raising funds for medical bills. So, good cause. I really am trying to go back and save them all, but as they sell, the posts, I believe, are taken down. I really regret not saving every single one, just to have like a folder of variations by who like compiled the pattern books that I'm following. Pretty neat. Excuse me. I should have taken a breath. But yeah, man, this desk is perfect. I got my binders down there, very getting there. So I just threw them on here rather than constantly pulling them out of foam. And God forbid the foam got wet. So over. Let me finish those doing the foam. I'm just really, really stoked to be back. I can't tell you. Hey, Vinny. How's your day going? Soyberg. Oh, shoot. I saw sounds. Slowly returning to life and returning the ability to think. But, maybe I'll do, I guess, one more little. Well, I guess it's not bad looking. Ideally, I would want to pick up a little more, but I want to show the, alright, the minor progress. So, let me get this awesome. Okay, it's gonna be a bumpy ride because it's not in a gimbal, but, so, see, it's in the middle of the room, but it kind of, a little nut gets really, and this is the closet that I have to eventually finish sorting. I have a few bins down there, and then another closet full of bins, but all this stuff has to go. But some fire patterns. So if 60s, 70s, some 80s, mostly 60s is your thing, I need to get it going because I don't want anything to happen to it, and I can't manage a bunch of stuff, but yeah, so but oh, I'm stoked to be back. I finally got all my books back too, and got the lamp back, which I'm still not really sure. I got to ask Code to send me what he found on it, but I'd like to know the purpose again. I forgot, but really neat. On that note, we'll get right in it. Yeah, get back here. It's so different without the gimbal. I got really used to having a steady thing, but I did not charge it. Okay, so I haven't looked up the temperature of the water yet, and I'm guessing that it's going to be, I want to see, the one and only Nicole. What did you say? What did you say? I want to know. So, yes, I am. I haven't checked the water temperature, but since the Lake Worth plan didn't really work out very well, I'm probably going to be focusing just directly east, so it's the closest and therefore the easiest to get to, because quite inland. And that area, it's like a turquoise puddle, really is. It's like jam-packed with color. It's Blue Heron and Riviera Beach. And if you look on Google Maps, you'll see the intercoastal doo-doo brown, but it's quite a stunning little patch of water. So exhausted but excited to get back out there, and I already feel like a lot better, moving around a lot more. So it's got 3 kind of water areas that's accessible. So there's the fishing pier at Phil Foster that's directly under the pier, and then there is the beach, just sitting on the beach. Let me check. Hey Google. Oh, Jack Pepper, but see, the water down here is too warm for trout. Well, we don't have any like rivers. I don't know where they live really, actually. They always look like in like, I don't know, really stunning areas, some places that I would try to pan for gold, honestly, if I could. Yes, I would. But I wish we had them here because they're really pretty. I guess that's, oh yeah, sweet. Got some assortment hooks, so can let that kind of decide what tie today. And finally got also some more red, but we do have sea trout and striped bass, like sea bass. I don't know if sand sea bass is here, but I do like to say it. Sand sea bass. Grab a few colors. Because I really don't know what direction going in is, I guess, usual, honestly. And the other vase doesn't fit on this desk, so I'm gonna be on this guy. Forgot what that meant. But scramps, I'm thinking scramps. Or, man, I really don't even know what direction to go in. You got a lot that just had a bunch of stuff I've never really worked with or seen in person. But came with loads of lead eyes, so that I still need to get like use, because I do still have like little piles of things I still need to sort. But anywho, I think I might just make some more of the scrimps I made last time, or the clouser minnows, which these are the ones last go, but I'm not sure. I want to look at a video maybe. Hey, yeah. I a few times with the, mind you, the fly rod that I have currently is from Amazon. It was, I think, $39, but it's really to get the mechanics, and the rock piles are loaded, like really truly loaded. with all kinds of reef fish, so I think it would be really fun for that. At least that's what I picture, imagine. But I eventually got it to I didn't know that the roll cast was judged so heavily, but I don't really have a lot of access to spots, excluding now the shoreline, but that doesn't have a bunch of brush or something directly behind you. And so I was just trying that over and over. Eventually, I did get it to where the floating line, nice roll. I mean, I used to do that with ropes and stuff just for fun, but the leader just kind of fell next to it, and I haven't tried again since that, but it's gonna take a while to process the last few months, but I did got way more fishing in here, and there's like way less access to water, but really excited to try to get out there now that it's warmer. But and I was just watching a thing in Washington. I've been on a little bit of a tunnel kick. For some reason, I didn't know how deep some tunnels could get. And it just blew my mind a little bit. I knew that there's tunnels under the ocean, there's tunnels under and just, but oh, they get deep, and there's a lot of really just it, like I don't know, but I really want to look. I've been trying to learn more about the colonies, because that would be probably the oldest kind of cities, and because it is kind of a young thing or what have you, in States of America specifically. So it's not like there's ancient castles or codes, Scotland, actual castles. We have a few things in Miami, but there were ships here, block by block, coral block. The Spanish monastery in Miami is really old, but it was shipped here. So very nice. But the tunnels, it just blew my mind. It just blew my mind. And it's just there's so many kinds and themes and really cool things too, which I never really thought I would want to go underground. But there's 300-foot concert venue that puts on bluegrass shows that is pretty neat, because it must be like a nice temperature. Any big concert I've ever been to, you end up sweating your balls off because it is full. Hello, Ron! So, alright, I'm not sure what to start with. So, I just really want to get back to getting back. Because I have access to Canal. If anybody knows any patterns that's like a bluegill thing, because I have this bait casticle, I haven't even had the chance to get familiar with it, and the canoe before it gets too hot. I'm just gonna put a blanket or something down. Last time, I don't know why, I was just a little too stoked to be on water, I guess. I kneeled in the canoe with my knees. It's a fiberglass canoe. My knees were on fire for weeks after that. Hello, Pancaj Judy. You just starting to... Yeah. David, just getting here. I've only been here for 21 minutes. These little assortment packs came with the thing. Man, what a change of pace. It's pretty wild. Oh, maybe some biddies, maybe some small hooks. That's what I was trying to say. I don't have much of a workflow in here yet, but there's some balloon ribbon. Okay for practicing. Alright. A little bit there. That table is temporary. It's just to sort things for now. Some bluegill patterns. It's panfish patterns. They're pretty dang plentiful there. And I don't have any shrimp, so. What a treat. I don't want to sound like a broken record. How are y'all doing tonight? Oh, I just realized spring in Florida is kind of not that noticeable of a transition. The breeze disappears, but Washington must be going ape with flowers. Setting up my backpack for beach camp instead. And just packing really light, just really, really light. And I'm not too upset about it because I tell you what, it's been a little quiet in Lake Worth, and there's like this much where you're allowed to fish on, but Singer Island is it's like one of those places that you could like probably I don't know, just hit daily and never get bored because there's so many spots and accesses to them. The Peanut Island is where you can camp, but the Porta Palm Beach and the inlet, granted, with the right tide, if you're gonna touch it with your body, because it does get pretty murked out. But anywho, I'm going to look up some patterns and zoom on in here. Well, I just moved back. I packed everything that I was using, and just unpacked what I thought I was using. I still have to unpack like bulk stuff and clothes, but that's a fly vise. But moving right on in, because I keep trying to look for the button. I might also have to mess with lights and stuff, because it might be a little difficult to focus. A little farther away than I've been, so we shall see. But yeah, this room specifically is to make stuff, so it is generally stock and supplies and tools. So out here it is a hoop with these tiny little hooks. Rolling West, not really too good. I grow plants and I have a lot of vintage for sale, but I don't think I'll ever sell it again. Leave that for the next generation. It is quite an endeavor, taking care of or managing clothes that you don't wear, because there's moths and all kinds of stuff, really. Even lizards. Lizards here, they'll shart on your shirts. At least that's my theory. Alright, so I might have to like mess with this. The vise that it doesn't fit on the desk, so kind of stranded. It's quite alright, I hope. It is quite darker in here. Hope your night's good, Rylan West. How you doing? Might make try to do a tiny cloud because, well, maybe not, honestly. If you were to fish in a Florida canal with a bait caster, is there anything specific that you would, let's look to see warm water patterns, terrestrial, yeah, it's quite boggy out here. Lots of grasshoppers. Oh my gosh, I forgot there are lots of grasshoppers. Well, are they grasshoppers? Yeah. There's, oh, what are they called? Oops. The eastern lubber grasshopper. Things are huge. If you've never seen them, I can Shoot. Well, lubber, Lubber, lubber grasshopper. And then Code brought up birds, baby birds. Alright. Oh wow. Interesting. So I have a question. It's a brackish, freshwater brackish canal, and they're a lot more extensive than I thought they were. They go quite out there, and it's some days. Oh, last storm we had, I think I posted a video of it or a short of it. There was white caps, but that's the only time I saw that. Anywho, it's got a good flow to it. Sometimes, a few times I've gotten stuck in the canoe and couldn't row back at all one bit. Just rowing as hard as I could going backwards. Yeah, I like that idea of grasshoppers. Yes, sir, because there are tons over there. Oh, so, got foam. Wow, there's a dish sponge. Let's see. Well, should have some black thread. What a color. Damn it. Won't I make a decision? Okay. Yeah. There are like a bunch of different colors. But they. Ow! That got my. There. Good. Alrighty. That's how it's up. Ooh. Let's see. Alright. Oh. Okay. That looks cool. Yeah. found a really attainable pattern here on shoot, sorry, honey hole angling. And there's oh, I've seen this logo before. Alright. I do have poppers. I got some because those are one of. I was trying to make them with these. That's what I mean. So these are the ones got, and see the size is pretty dead on. And so this size, but this like a few of these, if you were to get corks for bottles, would be way more than they are when you look for corks for ear piercing. And you could get 50 to 100 for like $5-6. And oh, you got some bright crafter rather than the way. I haven't tried the ones I colored with Sharpie yet, so that's one reason I haven't been coloring crafter with it. But now I'm back, I do have alcohol markers that I haven't really been using because I ordered the wrong ones. I really wanted the brush tips, but I got chisel tips, and they're hell to draw with, to be totally honest. And yeah, just would rather not, I guess. Thank you, Zoidberg, because this pattern is sick. I've been wanting to do something with the eyes. The goofy eyes. I mean, there's some big old ones, but I plan on putting resin over them. Excuse me. Still trying to get my voice back a little bit. Had a fair amount of honey today, so I'm either gonna use these or some of these. I'm already making a mess. Hell yeah, good to see that. But really, honestly excited for these ones. I want to get something hollow, but it has to be hollow and thin. And I'm thinking a ping pong ball, because could use that to. Good job. Open that. Alright, could use that to cover with the eyes, because I think that would be a really neat shaker. And I'm gonna start recording some sounds eventually for the background and stuff, rather than trying to find royalty-free music. You might as well just make royalty-free music. But anywho, let me just grab one more thing. I'll be right back. I don't know what that was. Hey! Oh, you wait to be unpacked. Sit down long enough and then you end up with stuff on your lap. fire. Dang, I kind of meant to grab this stuff before. Oh. Ew. Ew. Oh. Alright. Thought that was mold, it was moss. Yeah, the living room is still boxes. But to be fair, I somehow made an apartment full of furniture and a decor, frankly. I feel. Might have a knack for, I don't know, setting up apartments or something. Because all this stuff is cohesive and I have loads of lamps. Alright, oh, having sausage. Yes. Okay. So, I'm not sure what size my plate cages fell. Those are really, they look horrible, but I tell you what, they're very useful. I Southeast Florida, and out here the flies are unreal, to be honest. Horseflies and everything. So these medieval looking things. They come in nice versions too, but you know, these I've had for like, gosh, 15 years and maybe not that long, but I've had them for a really long time. I also use them for paint because you could have things drying outside and not worry about like frogs landing in it. Trying to think of a way to get the other vise to work on this desk, but I might just find a small desk or Kind of like one of those side table things for a plant. Just to go here and have the plant on it. I have been looking for a tabletop vise that has the 360 and their gyro. I really don't know. And anytime I find one that's got all that, it just seems like there's always a few review photos that show cracks or things cracked off, and I'm terrified of that metal that looks like, or that plasticky metal. Alright. Advertisement. Ron, when you were near warmer waters, what did you, if you've ever been, through there. I still can't find my little hook. I gotta pull this one desk out of here. Oh wow. Hey Devin, I thank you kindly. Please do not hesitate. If there's anything that you see here, I'm more than happy to ship anything. Because other than now canals, and I'm wondering if I should use mono because it's oops. Yeah, I really appreciate it. Oh, excuse me, choking on words. Every time I I was originally trying to rent a spot near the coast, in my hometown to be closer to the water, you know. So that's where everything I do and want to is. But the coastal, like Palm Beach County as a whole has a lot of development happening, and until these rent prices go down, and Van is codes plan, and so I'm just going to simply Uber to the coast, one straight shot, because everything that I have packed anyway is more than fine. lay down in the sand so you can rest a while. I'm really excited to get going on that. So a lot of times parking is not very easy to find, and I think it's like $30 to get to the coast at a busy time, so that's more than fine. You have to pay that in parking anyway, and just go with a backpack and a few poles and find a few different spots and just wander around. Hit the jetty. The jetty just got a ton of dredging done, but I'm interested to see what is going on over there. Yeah, rent is, like, for a bedroom is $800 to $900. For a, like, a one bedroom is like $1,200. But gosh, I had a 2-bedroom house with the mango tree just a few years ago for $975. Excuse me. Just not ever sure how much craft fur to use and how much is too much. There's some massive fish in these canals though. Huge, huge. Oh my gosh. Someone, I don't know what it was. It swam down and I just saw it on its turn. And wow. Like, yeah, obviously the ocean has big fish, but these are just like right there in a canal and like a foot from the shore. Or yeah. Try to get. This is going to make some lovely dubbing, surely. It's got some nice shine to it. Like, it never seems like a lot. Sorry to be this indecisive. It just feels like super sparse. I'm not sure how. I'm gonna flatten it too, like rather than rounds or pins, try to keep it maybe a little flat. Hey man, Sim, that is like a sabiki. Like, what? Yes. Appreciate it being the week. And more than happy to send or shipping advice or anything at the, even if you don't do anything, it's just want to get things out there. And sabiki is really cheap here. I want to send out that bag eventually. I don't know how to go about that. If anyone has any ideas. I got speakies and Sputniks and stuff. Shoreline kit. That's all I'm gonna pack. I haven't fished with pompano rigs at all, and I just want to get myself stranded, and therefore forced to just, no choice but to get on going. So again, this pattern following here is from Honey Hole Angling. Hey Sean David! How you doing tonight? How are you doing? Excuse me. Jeez, I keep choking on my words. It's weird to be able to hear myself think too. No more action movies, not for a long time. Besides that new Tom Cruise movie, because I do have to see what they plan on doing. You know what I mean? Control disclosure. But for real, like, I was so shocked by it. It was just a very interesting time. I'm pretty good. How's your night going? Let me see. It's 12:44, so not too late. I almost fully unpacked, and tomorrow I'm gonna hopefully get some sun and start organizing some things to plant. I want to just do potatoes. Yes. I did remember. I think, yeah, I left my parents at home. I think so. I have a lot of catching up to do, and a lot of my favorite fully in every sense, every avenue. I had things figured out a long time ago, I guess, because I'm even trying to find an oil drum to cut in half, because that was the best grill I've ever had. Free. And whoop. Yeah, so companion, like container gardening, excuse me. What line? Oh, for this, I'm not sure the size of the hook or what any kind of or thing it is. I wish I could get this stickers drive me nuts. But this thread here is mono, 3/0 mono, 166 denier. The hook's a nice sturdy saltwater hook, feeling like. Making a frog currently. Thanks to Zoidberg's recommendation to cut, gosh, an eternity from choosing what direction to go into. And I did a little bit of a, like, yeah, I'm gonna catch up with it. Whew. Just thankful I didn't lose my mind completely. 5mm is pretty good. Please do excuse my ignorance, Mr. Worldwide. Are you talking about the hook or the thread itself? Oh, the line. I don't know. I thought maybe like you were talking about like what brand or I don't know. My brain's still a little fried, but yo, Sean, I will check that out because I'm always looking for new stuff to listen to because I spend a lot of time here and there. Very cool. So let me write that down. 5mm, 0.75mm. And would that be specifically for mono thread or like fly tying thread in general? I apologize if like some questions are a little dry, but I gotta ask. Sometimes I have to like physically push myself off the cliff of the questions so I just get it out. It used to traumatize me quite literally. And this is why I love asking stupid questions and just forcing myself to. Because, for instance, I used to work at little local restaurants and there's tons of little tasks. When you ask a stupid question in these settings, you're usually confronted with because, much like reverting to child, like it's because, well, you sit there like not having any connection to the task at hand, even if it's simple, because you have no idea like the purpose behind the little like movement, each little bit, and it's really important. Okay, let me get that pen. I also haven't been in this room for like 4 or 5 months, so I gotta get a little screwed. I have to get a little adjusted. Pen. Yeah, when I first started trying to go out and get some supplies, I'd either get like the thickest thread still I have seen. Well, like thickest thread that I have to this day, or the thinnest that I have ever seen. Sean or Jaime? Very cool. I don't meet a lot of James. Exactly once I was in line with a banana and a coffee, and you had to give your name. It wasn't Starbucks, it was Common Grounds in downtown Lake Worth. And Jaime Lyn, the woman before me, was also named Jaime Lyn to make the story very short. Well, I said Jamie, and then they were like, "Oh, her name's Jamie. Do you have a last name?" So I just said Jamie, and she was also Jamie Lyn. I thought that was weird. Happy Earth Day, and rest in peace to the Pope. Holy trucks. This wild year so far, that's for sure. Like, as far as like I guess news, sausage. I have a lot of meat to eat. That yeah. So I wasn't eating much because my dad didn't have an appetite, and my mom didn't really have much interest in food. Until the end, she was mixing some fire. Huh? Yeah. What's in the fire? Salmon. Huh? Oh yeah, I put it up there. You still on? Bullshit, so crazy. Is it true he has an arm in it? In his leg? Oh, but the next temple is the Vatican. Hi, Church. Church. KB. Yeah, it's gonna take a second to get back into the swing of things. So, real quick, I'm just gonna go ahead and watch this real quick. Watch this play out and see the order of operations. I'm not the best with foam yet. I think cutting it actually is probably one of the parts I struggle most with. Shoot. Alright, yeah. I do have a few things I want to order for my bag. And one of those is, I don't know if anybody here has heard of open nail knives, but I I used to have one. Well, I had two. Best dang knife. Super cheap. They're like 20 something bucks. And a table would be nice, but it's not. It won't be. It's not the most necessary right now. And a cot tent, because I want something high to lay on. So off the ground, no ants. This could be brutal out here. Good for everywhere. Beach and tides and rain. So I got some flash here. Kind of pull it out a little bit. Yeah, but definitely want to get on that kayak. If anybody also knows anything about refinishing fertilizer, no, not fertilizer, fiberglass. Nope. I do not plan on feeling that pain ever again. The pain was insane. I don't know what was worse, honestly. When I was a little, having a little too, having a little too much fun pulling weeds and not realizing I was pulling, literal poison ivy, or that. I think I do have some strips cut. Some nice tomorrow I got some buckets. I want to plant some mulberry cuttings to try to get them nice and large. I'm gonna try to cut this. This green. I had this rotary cutter, which is just a blade, a round blade for fabric. The ideal here. Oh shoot, I hope that's long enough. I might also want it a little wider, but oh wow. I wish I could hear what he's saying.
You're fine, right?
Wah! Shoot.
Loose wrap in your car.
Oh wow. Like a popper, dude. Like that concave. Wondering if this. Yeah, should get a little wider. I'm not sure if this, that the cells are sealed on this. I really do want to get some better foam. I could hit it with the lighter, but I'm not ever too sure with for how long. I really like how that comes together. Wow. Frog. One of my first at eBay sales. Gosh, really young. I forget how old. This enamel frog ring. I really regret selling it because this is way less than it was worth. It is so well done. It's 3D and a proper sitting frog. So, Sean, how's the weather near you? Finally getting to the warmer months. Ooh. Try to cut this. Right on bikini bottom mat. Mm-hmm. Ooh. Lock. Alright. Oh, hot dog. I'm not too. Oh, that's a close one. Hmm. Oh. I love how how larval it looks when you wrap the get the first few wraps on film. Man. Mm. also, I'm not too sure how, alright. So I'm a little worried that I got two, oh, okay. Oh, right on, oh. Just realized that I was watching the caves and tunnels stuff today. Malheur cave in Oregon. Malheur Bad Hour. Something more about that. What? That cave's wild. Jeez. Alright, I gotta get back into. Shoot, I just lost a few things. So, let's see. Okay. Here, real quick. It was, I really need to eat it. Yeah, but the open L is like really lightweight, but really perfect to keep on you for fruit. Mushy kiwi. Wow, the center of that was wild. Well, Joni won't, apparently I do. But I feel like also anybody who didn't feel like taking a knife out, and it was very mushy-gooey. It was either now or never. It was either now or compost, but really tasty. Wait, what? Oh. He jumped the gun. Too funny. So when fishing a frog, what time, so that for like a very warm area, like what time of day would you picture this? Perhaps night? There's so many frogs out at night. I'm not sure if every... I should actually know more about the frogs here. I really can't wait to get the shutters off this window to get my frog show back. Best show on planet Earth. How do y'all cut the strips so, like, think a little better maybe? Oop. And with a Sharpie, I'm gonna go down right here. Excuse me. Yeah, I might actually run out there a little bit later. What time is it? Oh man, forgot that time exists. Okay. I haven't seen a peacock bass in person yet. That's pretty much my goal in this area. Rotary vise. Oh, that looks so nice. So many different vices I can get. Okay. I just don't understand. Alright, let me get in here. I must have cut the strip too thick or something. Alright, yeah. Because when I filmed this, where does all this room come from? Oh boy. This can be really loose and ugly with that. This can't be right. I have to be doing something wrong, right? Alright, let's get it to the ends. Let's see how this looks. What? I mean, no. Really? That's okay. Well, I could dig it. I was expecting a different, like, workflow. I was expecting a barrel of foam, I think. But that's alright. Okay, maybe not that long. Oh, normally I just stand right on up. Hmm. Dang it. Could use some practice with foam, that's for sure. Cutting it alone is very difficult to get the hang of. But I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. So, okay. Trying to use the camera. Legs. Everything's still in bags also. Can run out to see how things are there. Let me skip back a little bit. These are some really, really pretty legs. Man, hunger just hit me like a truck. I'm craving just platters of stuff, you know, like cheese, meats, crackers, or spreads, fish dip, a lot of fish dip. Oh, I do have green, okay. Any kind of fish dip. Got this. Dusk and oh shit, that reminds me. I still haven't sat down long enough to watch First Blood. I haven't seen it since I was a kid. So pretty stoked on that. The rest, I don't know much about them, but this one is good. So, how would you weigh something if you wanted it to be on the top of the water, but you needed to be able to cast it? Like on the line itself? I have these floaters or bobbins that have weight on them. Saw them at Walmart. So grabbed a while back. Still never. Have to take out the glue real quick. And oh wow, that's a lot of legs. felt like it was gonna rain today, but it never did. So it's that really nice overcast. Right on. So let's see. The eyes and things, these are gonna be it. I like the chatter one. I think I've always either replaced something or layer some resin on it. Hey, those are some sick legs. I gotta get some sturdy girdies like that. These are a little rubbery. Wow, that's so nice. Oh, that's it. We're done already. I could always, I guess, color that in. In between the legs? Ah. Okay. Yeah. Did I get it? Oh. Oh gosh. I don't trust that one bit. What the heck? I can't sense it. Okay. You know, this is why. Oh. Where would glue be? Oh, okay. Got it. Sausage. I actually think this would be. Mm. And I use UV resin on it too, but this should be powerful stuff. Okay. So I definitely have to put some resin on here, but that's really, really, really strong glue. Oh, look at him go. That's nice. Right on. Thank you, honey hole angling, and thank you, Zoidberg, for saying frog. Cause I think next go I'm going to make a the strip just a hair thinner, and I'm gonna try to find one now that's I see some frog patterns that's like a rod. I don't know how to say, like a cone, no, a cylinder of foam for the eyes, and then they're glued on at the ends like a barrel. There you go, that's it. Excuse me, jeez. That is there. Okay. Is there. Okay. Got there. Trying to draw it out first. Alright. Ooh. This is some strong glue. I wonder what California has to say about you. Alright, I'll be right back. I just have to utilize a specific room. I do have to show this before I go. This was in my grandparents' thing. Oops, it's wax. Well, what fell out was wax. But I know it's the word. I've somehow kept it safe all this time. Sorry, I'm in. It's good to be back a little bit, because I'll be real, I like to tinker with these things. I started going through all the sewing stuff because every day I'm a little bit more convinced to start sewing, but I don't know how to. So I'm thinking, I do know how to crochet, and crochet patterns are off the chain right now. Like I don't even remember the last time I said off the chain, but off the chain stitch right on. But get some really useful objects and wearable pieces and not have to do the mental stuff yourself or keep track or anything. But I have some patterns, some really nice old sewing patterns. I'm thinking about cutting those out and trying to find maybe a crochet calculator if that exists, just to see how many. Even knitting, I just need to know like how many. Because maybe I could just crochet the shapes of the patterns rather than cutting them out of fabric. Because I don't have a working sewing machine currently, and I hand stitching, like I like making little shirts, but I kind of want to try to make some wrap skirts just so don't have to really think about clothes out and about. You just keep a few of those in your bag. I make pants too. I think they call them diaper pants, but oh gosh, they're super comfortable and really, really useful. You can make them out of just scraps of fabric. Alright, one moment. good thing. Hi, Church. Ah, that's good, boy. Best boy. Oh. Can you hear it? Yeah. So I'm thinking bucktail for that tail. Cause wouldn't that hit? Do you want it to be all moving around a lot in that bag? Oh, I suppose. Wait. Man. So, I don't know. I really don't know. Uh, I just, yes. Hey, those are craft supplies anyway. No bones. Very nice. Yeah, it's good to see them again and kitten. It can eat us a snack and putting together some things. I have a little bit of an outdoor kitchen going. So I have a Zippo, a bowl, some cutlery, the basket I have to dig out from behind there. Yeah. I don't know. Still a few things that I want to try to figure out what to do with, namely getting these closed out. I think I might just throw them all in bins for now. I can't express enough how little I want to do with clothes. And, I don't have any envelopes that size anymore to fold up, but, oh. And Pogs, I don't know if anyone's into Pogs, but have 2 binders absolutely full, and, Pokemon cards, of course. And Sailor Moon cards, comics. But, um, does anybody know the moon phase? Maybe I should run outside to see if the internet goes to the canal. Because if it does, they just mowed. It might be easier now to fish from the other side. And it's hundreds of acres of swamp, pure wild Florida. But anyway, dizzy hungry, so let me just run out and I might hold on. The more disturbance makes the better. So this is foam. I need to get some paint. I do like nail polish only because it goes on one coat. They make it real good, and you throw it in the sun and the smell kind of goes away. But it doesn't mix well with the penetrator, which I'm trying to get some now. I have a few bottles picked out. Penetrator, oh yeah, and Zapagap, which haven't messed with that yet, so pretty stoked on that. And I keep like having the desire to walk to the store, but there's no stores walking distance. There's no it's like a tunnel of distance. If it's not like super loud TV and like 24/7 screaming, it is distance. But you know, focus is not something that I find easy, so I try to find the plus to every situation. And I wish I just I just didn't know how deep the tunnels were. I didn't know how deep and how big, how down there I cannot even begin to picture. And I'm like, oh, the potash from under the North Sea, the huge facilities and really cool shopping centers, but ooh, I my mind is blown. And if anybody knows any more tunnel rabbit holes, I'm more than interested because I can't get enough of it, and I have a few things waiting in the queue to watch, and like oh, for some reason I just picture them under the street, like but like miles deep, like hundreds of feet deep, and for some reason my mind just never, when I pictured it, it never generated that as an image for some reason, and I just can't get it out of my mind. Oh, and like cities, but just the scale is just mind blowing. I never wanted to go underground. Maybe that Masonic cave like in Oregon only because whoa, what a trip. I'm simple, throw a compass energy on something and I'm uh, I like it I don't know, it's mysterious and so ritual and uh spanning so many eras and decades and continents. Like, I don't know if anybody's seen the initiation wells in Portugal, but that's one of the most beautiful things like I've ever seen as far as structure. And so it like goes from spooky to incredibly like almost enchanting. 357. But I guess I'll probably pack a little tackle box for tomorrow. Just the canal. I am I'm just not at all sure what to do with myself still. And yeah, I gotta get back to that gut pile. I still haven't used the boots back there. It's rather wet. There are puddles, but the puddles like have bones in them from vultures that drag the carcasses out. So I don't want that water on me one bit. And so got some boots, but never put them on for back there. Let's see. But yeah, let me think. Still want to get a few more storage containers, and maybe I have some wooden shelves. I'm not sure if that would be cool for this back wall, but started populating it. Found some neat things while down there, namely the Brewer's Blackbird. Incredible. But that stuff, that kit came with some wicked awesome stuff. I'm not sure. A lot of it, like the fluorescent toe. I'm not sure. Maybe that's to be some form of egg sac. And then, of course, the flexo tube, which I'm really excited about because you can make anything, any shapes, like bodies, really, and put some chatter inside of it or weight. Just seems like yet another limitless thing. And then this, oh, this does stuff to my eyes. I think this might be my favorite. It's this type of chenille, nylon chenille, juicy colors. I'd eat that for sure. Really juicy. And some CDC. Yeah. I didn't have a single CDC feather. I have some fluff that really, really aquaphobic from some, I believe, craft store feathers. Some in here somewhere. Yeah. Like this. Alright, these craft store feathers was in a big box of turkey flats or bag, but that, like, very aquaphobic. But these skeletal, gorgeous little feathers. CDC, Col de Canard, duck's ass. And I was wondering, is it floaty? So, like, not to be graphic or, nothing wrong with a little poo. Is it so maybe the feathers are constantly moving so nothing gets stuck on them? Is that why perhaps they have float just to keep them like moving a ton? I don't know. They're very tendrily looking. Hey, confused goldfish. Right on. Kynto, now that I'm back in the swamp, Kynto streams could go up at any time. Like, I'm just tinkering with things. There's a few things I want to start putting together just to, income-wise, and that is plants and cuttings. So, easy peas. And, get some sun and life back in me also, so excited to start moving logs again, honestly. I feel freaking weak last few months. But yeah, the Kynto stream, more than welcome anyone join, just like either message me or code lock and could try to plan something, could do a thing where like watch footage or compare footage or pick I almost said symptom. Pick a subject and go hard, or just like Google search. Anything really. Yeah, loads of plants, but not sure how to attain a bunch of them. And the discussions you could type, like anything. I just don't even know what to call them. I've just been saying discussions for lack of better terms. But like tandem, if anybody has dabbled in attempting to learn language, which I'm trying to learn Spanish again. Codes answer it, so could at least practice. It's really hard to absorb anything without practicing. And Tandem has a really nice thing where it's just voice. Really fun to go on there and hear people all around the world. Just sometimes there'll be a subject, sometimes there'll be a karaoke room or just discussion. Once it was someone just straight doing it, but Tandem, pretty neat. You can only set it to one language at a time now, which kind of blows. Been on it for years. Gosh, years. And before that, it was iTalki, which, God, I think I was on iTalki for like 15, 20 years. Pretty much every pen pal I've ever met or had was from iTalki. And just every few months, I'll not even really want to become fluent in the language. We'll just want to learn some like basic things and like more about the food and culture, and like rather than Googling myself into oblivion, I like going to language sites because a lot of the people on there are looking to learn English. It is what it is, and a lot of people really appreciate being able to practice with English speakers and learn. Like you could show people like music, weird chains, just American culture stuff, or UK, like, it's helpful, but it's also exploratory. You could learn a bunch of stuff directly from people on every corner of the planet. I mean, Facebook is like that too, but language sites, people are there for more of a targeted purpose of learning, somewhere that they're interested in. This probably only probably like 35 minutes because I type very slow right now. But probably could make it like 20 minutes. More than happy to ship it to you. I really like the face. The tail I'm not too sure about, and the legs I'm not too sure about. But the body, I don't know why I didn't think of that. It's so concave right here, like those poppers. And my presentation needs a lot of work as far as like movements. So things that make the sound and movements for me really into, at least that's how I try and think about it currently. But one moment. Sorry. I've lost everything. Huh. I could do that. Oh God, I keep sending stuff down and instantly losing it. I did it good this go. Did it real good this go. Yeah. Get. Okay, ultra dope. Alright. I can't find it. Alright. Ow. But I think I'm gonna. Feathers. Oops. Just got like such a messed up sleep schedule, but at least the bags are gonna start subsiding. I'm gonna make an outdoor shower because the water really hit my just not the biggest fan of it. It really dries your hair and skin out, and then everything feels fine. So I'm gonna make an outdoor shower even if that requires canal water. You know, growing a pretty extensive hedge, so I won't even have to really build any structure. Let's see where it is. Florida LadyParts. But yeah, man, let me pick up a little bit. It's just that's some really nice old wool too. But really need to get some sun. I don't know what happened in Lake Worth. I really don't. Where the time went, I don't know why. It was just rough, and just I don't have the words, I guess. So I won't even try to find them. But just I had a lot of plans, so my mind is still kind of phasing those out because they're not really possible anymore. Then I dropped. Better luck next time. And until then, got an extensive canal network as well as farmlands and that kind of thing. It'll be neat getting out there to see how much change there is if the farm's still there. Some interesting textured flash of you, but nice. anybody has any patterns or recommendations, I really appreciate it while I get back in the swing of my own things. And I could try to I don't know what happens to stuff when I set it down, it just disappears. Yeah, it's weird being back. I haven't been in this room in months. So, one cool thing is, like, every object in here kind of feels new again. And, got loads of stuff. And, I'm trying to phase out anything that isn't usable. And, kind of keep stock. But very, very, very inland now. I can't even feel salt in the air. So hopefully tomorrow I'm probably gonna like try to stay outside and try to figure out some neat ways to hold water. I have some bladders like to hang in trees. I don't know what trees. So probably not gonna be getting any more supplies. I got plenty of supplies. Every time I come across will be going towards a Suron or anything like that. Electric dirt bike. Yeah. Yeah. They haul, they're quiet. You know, for a shy guy, that's ideal. And I really can't get enough of the thought. And about 1,500 to 3K, you can get a wildly efficient vehicle for out here. And grew up on a dirt bike, but my dad traded it for two like 1980s, I think, Porsches, and they weren't running, but one was for parts or what have you. So also, if anybody has any recommendations for electric dirt bikes specifically, it is the swamps. There's a lot of dirt roads, and I want it to go west. Inland might as well make the best and go west, because there's some really interesting things out there. And I can't remember what it was called. Enduro. Can't find. But anyway, really, I'm not sure how to decipher like the specs between them and what to look for, but I'm sure code like can narrow down some really good ones. Yeah, because out here there's not a lot of salt water, and these really, really long, extensive farm roads would be nice to be able to explore, and there's really no other way to do that but like a dirt bike. And they're quiet, so you don't have to, you know, be waking anybody up. But I actually might try to see if the bike has been in there for a few months. I have an e-bike, but the tires are a little small. And the paved road is perfect, but on dirt roads, everything in your basket will be no longer in your basket. Like 1 or 2 pebbles. But really, really nice area. Just need to access it, like. And a lot of people have swamp buggies out here. The day I got back, like 3 of them just drove down the street, which was a treat. I do like those. I do like those a lot. Like if you could use those as a car, yeah, you're up there on a platform. Is that legal? Could you get one of those to make it street legal and be up there on a platform? Oh, that'd be sweet. I like the idea of having a tall vehicle. Like where you're driving from a tall place. Driving from a high place. Small buggies, yeah. And it's an equestrian area too, so it is heavily a treat. The cell service is not existent out here, however, by the gut pile it is, which is pretty much the closest to nature preserve you could get without cell service. There was something there was like right there. Oh, the wheat pennies. I don't know if our sweet bird is here. But yeah, I have a decent amount of wheat pennies. And I've found quite a bit of, well, no. I've found 4 steel pennies, but they were a little rusty. I have them somewhere. But yeah, every single one is wheat penny. This one is from 1953. And I have a few buffalo nickels, but not too many. One I found at an old site, spent a few hours digging. But I found the buffalo nickel in the first few minutes. But yeah, more than happy to pass off any. If there's any use in particular. Somewhere I have some old paper money too. The dollar bills are like tiny. They look like Monopoly money, but they're real. And like foreign coins, but not a terrible amount. My friend's ex has one of the most impressive coin collections I've seen in a long time. Like the most pretty dimes. See, like breakups suck, but like breakups with people with really dope collections must suck even more. Because those were some nice coins. Like treasure. Like the dimes, like I've never even seen the engravings. Anytime I've seen them, they're like already like rubbed. And what was the one that was really impressive? It probably won't come to me. But really nice one. 43 copper. And I still, anytime I see a penny prior to 1983, I think, I throw it aside. And in that bin, just in that bag. The bin that I pulled that bag out of is just copper scrap. I have a tiny little box of silver scrap. It's a really old 1940s or 50s silver polishing rag. Just broken sterling jewelry. but it melts down really easily. Oh, hey, that's not broken. These are cool. Oh, I totally forgot about this stuff. It's been months since I've even been in here. Some zinc. This chunk of aluminum from the beach. Which, this, I have a piece left. I just saw it. Eek. And like copper pipes and fittings. Oh yeah, here's that. Hey, I'll pull up real quick. This is that brass, and I made so many rings and things out of this, and it's just from the beach. Beach brass. And then my friend had a farm, and like everything was like hyper localized, like he had corn and shit. It was called like New Gen, but I think it. All I'm saying is don't sit on the furniture. But it was shut down. But you get a little freaky in those parts, to say the least. But he was somewhere, and there was a bunch of bullet shells, and I spent the day grabbing them, and he gave them to me. It was quite an honor. I was like, there's no way. I would have done the same exact thing. And I haven't made too much with them, but one of the first like jewelry that I made to sell out and about was bullet shell jewelry, sticking copper coral that I find on the beach, or peacock feathers, peacock curl, the same thing, ripping them off the side. And the peacock feathers themselves are from High Ridge. That whole bin too is brass scrap. I have brass, copper, sterling, and tiny bag of zinc. And these roofing things. But one day I just can never find, those stamps, the alphabet. And I can never find a font that I like enough to buy it. So I figure I just like run into it. But I do want to get back into some metalwork. I don't get too extensive, but I really like being able to put stuff in metal, like a shell, like to be able to set it. That's the word I'm looking for. And yeah, I say collector, but it borders on hoarding, probably. If there were an apocalypse, all I'm saying is people never think about activities. Like, great, you got a bunch of dehydrated food. Now what are you gonna do? I'm thinking crochet. So, yeah, I can't pass craft supplies at yard sales ever. It's probably about the time I could look on OfferUp locally. I got pretty much every bin listed locally. And there isn't a single craft supply for months on OfferUp. But it was all really good stuff, and I mean, a few strands of beads from a craft store will set you back over 20 bucks. Well over 20 bucks. The big bin of beads, I think, was like 20 or 25 bucks. And the quality was much better. It was gemstone beads, turquoise, raw ruby, like a ton of gemstone beads. Wow, I got some bags in my eyes. But anyway, I have to like brush my hair and eat. I have some catching up to do food wise, but I also have to get some. One thing that I really don't like living without is cod liver oil, and I don't get the capsules. It doesn't taste like anything. It certainly doesn't taste like cod liver, whatever that tastes like. Not too curious about that one. But cod liver oil, it doesn't taste like cod liver. It's just oily, and that's it. But if you get the bottle of it and just take sips of it, you end up getting way more. And you want it in a glass bottle. Of course, now I go to say the name and I can't remember, but it comes in a green glass bottle. Hopefully I'll have a new one in the next few days, because I'm trying to think of like the absolute necessities, and I haven't started making a like a travel friendly food thing, but if anybody has any recommendations as far as camping food also, now is the time. I'm just trying to get everything in the bags packed and then just crash land on the coast and try to make do. And then try it at Peanut Island, because you're situated on a tiny little land and it costs $15 to get off of it. So then you make do there. And then Flamingo, Keys, and then I don't know, like further down Keys. You know, like yeah, and then eventually you just collect a bunch of trash, make a floating island, and then you're able to make do and do already, so you're good. But the tunnels probably lead into the ocean also, and that's why so many like people disappear out there. All right, that plan's not good. There is no hope. The planet is infested. I can't stop thinking. It's like those ant hills. There's probably levels. I wish there was like a scan of the planet, how wild it must look. There must be so many mazes and like, man, I don't know why. I never thought miles deep or like hundreds of feet deep, but you know how like even little tiny things, or just like even simply thinking about uh, something kind of like ends up changing everything. Like, I mean, my theories of our origins or what have you changes daily, sometimes bi-daily, and I, I, tunnels. Like, what happens if, so, you know how, like, the deeper you dig, the older it gets, and, like, it's like dinosaur bones, and then, but, what, because you remember the tunnels in Vietnam, how even if you were to flood them, there were like caverns going up and over so they couldn't get flooded, like an assassin's teapot. Because there's like larger seasons, and like human artifacts like keep getting found that are older and older, which so, and we don't really know much about like for sure, I mean, like a consensus, like 100% factually, no, uh, but like, what? And like, when I was a kid, one of my favorite doodles to draw, I could probably, it was like buildings like this, where there'd be most of the building underground. Still have a few of those doodles somewhere. Really crappy building. Penthouse. It's just wild. That's almost, anyway, before I get 1.8 thousand seconds. It was pretty funny though. No, but I'm able to use this one now. And this was free and came with the desk. Thank you, Barry. And which, if anybody should have a channel, should be by far one of the most interesting people on the peninsula. And yeah, very comfortable, like super comfortable. I meant to leave it for my dad, but decided that I really needed a chair, but that chair is worse than the stationary one. And the holes that the bolts attach into are a little stripped, so every now and then you sit on it just right and you kind of, I don't want to get impaled at all by any means, not by nothing, and certainly not by that chair, because when you slip off of it, like the pole is like, if every time that happens, like I breathe an intense sigh of relief and say that was close, yeah, I don't want to spend too much time on that chair. That chair is as good as a pine tree to me. My trust in it is 0. But man, this lighting sucks in here. No offense to in here, but just gotta get some taken. And you guys are way lower, usually way higher. So I think about like 6 or 7 months maybe. For the last slightly over 4 months, I was at my parents' house. And thank you, Gors. thank you for checking in on the chair. I didn't mean to brush right past that. But yeah, I don't feel or hear rather any sounds in my back. Not like it was wild. I haven't had that many knots in my back since I was a kid in school, carrying a backpack full of those 2-inch thick freaking textbooks. And like I haven't even thought of middle school in over a decade probably. Unless we were talking about the fish fry that John G's used to do at my the Catholic school I went to, Sacred Heart in Lake Worth, which I do want to do something there, like maybe a craft show. Maybe just like a little kitschy school and lovely people, and I think it's neat to go back. They have sweet Madonna Hall. I don't really know any big halls that you can rent locally, so maybe ensure like a I don't know, like fly tying fish fry or something, because I really like the idea of local things, and all the stuff I want to do is like built for a social person. So I really don't know how to put things in place, but I know it's very possible, and I see it all the time. But I really want to do more communal stuff. I just gotta like get better at forcing myself out there and like a lot of my friends make stuff I really want to like a market or something, where just find a place that's okay with some tables and tents and a bunch of people lingering. So maybe a restaurant, so there's something that whoever's parking lot is being commandeered has a chance to benefit also. And yeah, that's what I long for. That, and also gonna try to find people down to go to random places, random waterways to clean them up, because it's fun poking around, and you might as well pick the stuff up, and therefore it's highly useful and highly beneficial, but also, you know, a little micro adventure behind the shopping center. Micro adventure in the canal behind the shopping center. That sounds like a good time to me, honestly. I couldn't think of, you know, like an abandoned building on a canal. That sounds like a good time. There's a site called Abandoned Florida. I do want to do streams where poking around some of my favorite sites, because there is a few, but I have to mute myself like tennis players, because the sounds I make, it's not appropriate. It's just some of the most beautiful landscapes, and time has a lot to do with it. I love so much that there's an appreciation for like what is left behind and as is, that like the photos, the documentation is just such a treat. And specifically abandoned buildings, and not only like trapped in time or like just left, not trapped, but like left or abandoned, and you begin to see all the layers of paint and like different colors of different eras. And I'm really into vintage clothes, like wearing the stuff, because you know, the vibrant prints and nice feeling fabrics. I like the stuff. But you can kind of start to picture like all that, and then you start finding remnants of things, whether it be, you know, back in one of the cabinets, a little stack of the original business cards of whatever building you're standing in, but there's like the new modern ones laying all around, or old phones, or stuff like that. Like the JFK is getting all kinds of updates, but there's still little remnants. So there's super modern features, JFK hospital, super modern features, but then there's also like the really old, like those plastic name cards. Hey Roger, about you? How you doing tonight? I'm pretty good. But like a lot of the picture slides that are still lying around is from one of my favorite buildings that, you know, when I was a kid, I was like convinced I was gonna own this thing, and it was gonna be my art studio, and the top was going to be a living place, and the bottom was going to be a communal space. But I made this dream catcher. It's you know what? I made this dust catcher. It's not a dream catcher. It's a fucking dust catcher. And this is one of the slides I found in the building near Clematis. Let me put a light behind it. Lady on the beach in the 90s or something. And that's sulfur and potassium nitrate. I used to like make my own incense and to get it to crackle and go wild, you could throw some fun stuff in there. It also has a lot of history and interactive, like, history, what have you. But, yeah, it's just good to be back. I am never going to be an only child again. Next time I will be a, nope, not a pangolin either. Probably be like a mineral. Or a water molecule. Water freaks me out. It is just the wildest material. I just can't get over it. Every time water's like in a clear glass, it trips me out. Like glowing green liquid in movies. No, that's wild. Just a clear liquid and loads of it. It's just, I don't know why, it's one of the most beautiful things. It's like diamond drink. But water tripping me out a little bit, especially when you're like in the salt water and it's a good tide. It's like a really surreal experience. I wish your skin didn't start falling apart if you lived in salt water. Well, I mean, people do, but I think proper care, you know. Watch a lot of Lost at Sea videos, and definitely not made for that anymore. Maybe now that I subscribe to aquatic ape theory, because I like that idea, and I wish to return to that state. I wish, yeah, swimming is, if I could just do that 24/7, I'll do anything. I'll pick up any bit of trash. I will do anything. Lionfish, give me a spirit. Anything. I'll plant coral, and just anything that's in there. It's so pleasurable. I wish it were easier to like somehow live in water, like round pods that float, but then when you're going to sleep, so you don't have to worry about like anything or collisions, you just go beep beep beep, and it submerges you like 50 feet or something. And so then cruise ships only need like 30 feet or something. It's a surprisingly low number, and might be more than 30 feet. That doesn't seem like a lot. I don't know. Topwater cicada. Oh yeah. Yeah, the cicadas here get wild too. And let me put birds. And hope that flashlight is charged. I'm going to walk out there a little bit to see if the cell service goes all the way to the canal, because if it does, that'll be exciting, because Code's been planting up a lot out there, and I think he put some cell extenders, and I'm not sure if it reaches the canal yet, but that would be really nice because it'd be nice to have some company up there, quite frankly, and music. Because before, I had no cell service means no service for looking up some music either, and yeah, it's nice. But on that note, happy trails. Get some proper sleep and try to wake up in the morning. And man, one day I will be back to my own personal. It was just like, wow, months. It doesn't seem real. It really doesn't. Doesn't seem. And I haven't heard anything. And Jesus, rest in peace to the Pope, and all that. But I got some walls to stare at for a while, and some coffee to make. So, and yeah, happy trails. If any things, cicada next go. So that's what I'm gonna poke around watching. See if I could get to sleep before 3:30. Heavy duty belt. This, I wasn't sure how the pictures were really blurred. Found it on eBay for like $5, and it is solid, but really nicely done. And it's not plated with anything, so it should look like that forever. So, score. And $2.99 shipping. It was very cheap. It was well under $10, but happy trails. Oh shoot, I should say, back to weekly, probably gonna try to get on earlier and earlier until back to 5 o'clock. And if that's too early, let me know, because I really don't know when to go on. And I need a schedule desperately for my sanity. My eyes are fried. You know, but human beings, so if I look a little tired, it's just because, like, of that reason, human being. And that's about as much proof as I have anyway, so glory to the bags. But there's a lot of objects in here, isn't there? Happy trails. Also, if Kynto, there's also the like thing, maybe book club type thing, because I know an uncomfortable amount about American history. That seems like I know a lot. I don't. I know an uncomfortably small amount, which I'm not proud of that. Usually I have no, like, I don't feel shame, like, and shortcoming, but here I do. I really do. Some of the sickest symbolism, and, you know, like, the little, I don't know why I overlooked so much. And just one little, like, just like change of depth, quite literally, just like, oh, there's so many spots to look at, and like locally, and God, just wherever you are, the magnets are real cheap. I think it's like really worth grabbing a magnet and poking around, because, you know, when I was a kid, I was real dumb. I was like, man, we don't have any ancient temples, so I want to, like, dig around elsewhere. But we had some beautiful digging opportunities here. And, you know, like, if I watch a lot of videos on Civil War, like magnet fishing or metal detecting, or just overall randomly digging or dump site digging. and that kind of stuff. But tunnels, like, I just can't get over it. Just like, I want to see bricks underground. Bricks, I want to see bricks underground. I want to see brick arches underground. Yeah. You gotta pay attention to your soul's desire. And, but anyway, before I fall asleep talking in circles, happy trails again. Feel free to recommend any tunnels to check out also via Google or Yandex, whatever. Yandex has less